Welcome, foolish mortals. I'm 1000th Ghost, your host. Today is Monday the 4th, which is the first Monday of the new year, and also the first day of our new segment, Mystery Box. Now, I'm going through a lot of stuff in closets, downstairs, and in my garage, getting ready to sell a ton of my stuff at an upcoming collector's show here in May in Denver. And I keep running across boxes. I don't know what's in them, or I barely know what's in them. So every Monday, I'm going to grab one of these boxes that I set aside, and we're going to open it up and see what's in it together. Never know what's inside. I might pop it open depending on what I think I wrote on the outside. I go through these things every few years, and I think I write down exactly what I want on the outside, and I never do. And then I talk about maybe making a list and putting it on the outside. I that lasts about 4 boxes, and then that's the end of it. But today we have a very special box. The first box is here, and it is very special because it is from my buddy in England, Brian. He used to be the international correspondent for Tomart's Action Figure Digest. If any of you read that back in the day, it was the premier toy magazine, even better than Toy Fair in my opinion. They used to make toy guides and things like that, and he was their international correspondent. He went to the London Toy Fairs and things like that for them. So what we're going to do is open this up and see what he has sent me. Okay. So, first thing out of the box is a book. James Acaster. Excellent. If you have not seen James Acaster on stand up on his Netflix show, he is hilarious. He is also on a ton of the panel shows in England, as far as the newest one's the 2020 quiz. He's on Would I Lie to You, the news. He's on a whole bunch of different stuff. This is excellent. This is just what I needed. Next out of the box, oh, cool, is Smith's Super Toy Oscar. He is just listed as Funko, number 76, so I think technically he's under the umbrella term of like Freddy Funko and stuff. Oscar is the mascot of Smith's toy department. And what was best about this is it went under 100% of the profits of this went to children's health organizations in Great Britain, including Foundational Temple Street, in Ireland for the Children's Health Foundation. All kinds of great work went into this. That is excellent. Thank you, Brian. And now, what is a crazy amount of stuff still in this box? Playmobil. Now, a lot of kids don't play with Playmobil anymore. It takes more imagination than Lego, I think. But they have tons of stuff in Europe that we don't get here. Really, it's only Target, FEO Schwartz, and a couple places like that. Your more cerebral toy stores that carry these. But he has gotten me the history Playmobiles. This is awesome. So there's 9526. And they don't tell you which ones they are, and that's bad because my Greek and Roman god history is not as great as it should be. So I will simply show these to you. And you know what? Hang on a sec. Okay, so I pulled them all out of the box, and I've also pulled it up on the internet because it knows all. And I will show you them again, except now I'll know exactly who they are. Some of them were actually easier than you would. This is Zeus. Next up is Athena, Greek goddess. And scroll down. Next is Poseidon. After Poseidon is Hermes, which Hermes, here he is. These are super cool. Next is Artemis. After Artemis is Demetra, who was the one with the lamb. There she is. Now, they're very careful not to call these gods. They're part of a history one. I don't know, I'm sure somebody would have gotten mad and wanted a Jesus one or something. However, they do have manger scenes. So, anyway, this is Aphrodite. And let's see, that goes here. Here's Hera. And Hesta. And they all come with like stuff. So they all come with like, she comes with a fire, and they come with a scythe-like thing and some food, all kind of stuff. And of course, Hephaestus. I thought this was Mars. Well, no, that's Roman, I guess. But he makes all the gods' armor. And then last should be Ares. Where'd Oh, I do not have Ares. I will have to go online and find him to complete my set. And Apollo. So I'm missing Apollo and the other dude I said. Man, it has been a long day. So those were the ones that Brian sent me. A great Christmas present. Thank you, bud. Your box should be getting to you soon, full of niceness. Let me put these away, and then we'll get to our main box for today. The box I grabbed from the garage simply says Transformers on it. It's a relatively small box, but it is kind of heavy, so there could be more stuff in it than you think. Let me cut it open here real quick. What is my knife? There it is. Be right back. Okay. Move that up on the chair. All right. Okay, yeah. Oh, I remember this box. Okay. So this was a box I put together for a podcast a while ago that they wanted to see kind of the breadth of death of some of my Transformers collection through the years. So I brought stuff from Gen 1 all the way up through some newer stuff. But the first thing that was in the box is my Transformers collector's case from when I was a kid. It, of course, has no Transformers in it now. But I loved this case. I took it everywhere once my Star Wars one was kind of destroyed before I got my Darth Vader one. That was pretty much what I took all my Transformers and Star Wars in because they cross-played. Of course they did. Let's see. We'll just start pulling stuff out of the box. Okay. This is an Autobot from the Rescue Force. This was a series of Transformers that continued in Europe after the fall of Gen 1 and then before Gen 2 took over. Basically, it kind of returned to its roots of just kind of finding robots that transformed and then dumping them in packaging. Some of them were cool. Some of them had water squirting action where the color changed on the hot rod and stuff. All right. Here is some nice Gen 1 goodness for everybody. Of course, this is Scavenger. And Scavenger makes the arm of Devastator. The instruction booklet for him. And then I also have Scrapper here. I bought these ages ago. Looks like a Gibson's tag, possibly even Alco. My grandma worked at Alco ages ago, and so I would randomly get Alco stuff. Looks like the last of the Constructicons I have in the box is Bone Crusher. He's, of course, the other arm. Oh, and Scrapper was a leg. Those guys over here. This is the part of the Transformers universe. When the Play School Star Wars stuff took off, they tried this with several different lines. I do have a couple of the others, but this is RC and Rumble. And you can see they made some Predacons and Autobots and Decepticons and other guys from Beast Wars. Oh, I took this over because this was a random generic bug. I always thought it would have been interesting if Bumblebee had been evil. Because they duplicated him. I mean, Cliffjumper is basically Bumblebee, just in different color. So I would wondered, why had there never been a bug, a Volkswagen bug, for the Decepticons? So I bought a few of those. There were like 4 of them, but they were like $5 a piece, so it was easier. Here is my thermos to my Transformers lunchbox, which is out in the garage somewhere in a box. Okay, more European stuff. So in Europe, they eventually started repackaging things like we did here. For like the Constructicons, they started coming up with those decoys, little red and purple. They felt like erasers. Well, here's Groove. He's a Protectobot. And this is the packaging. They started changing everything in once they, I think once they got to about the Action Master area, they started repackaging a whole bunch of the older figures. And here is Breakdown. He's a Stunticon. And you can see they're pretty much identical. They just have the instructions on the back with their ID card, and you still got points for them. So you could save up and send off for like that watch and a couple other little things. Let's see what I got here. Okay. This is an Action Master that, again, was only available in Europe initially. This is Power Flash. Yeah, Power Flash. Action Masters lasted a little while longer and a whole other series longer in Europe than they did here. They never really took off in Japan because they got real Transformers and Transformers Victory and Headmasters, and then they went right into Beast Wars. So I don't think, apart from the Pretenders that split in 2, I don't remember them actually getting Action Masters. And of course now, Action Masters have kind of come back in vogue for things like the RED figures. So they're Transformers that don't transform. And also Super 7 does a couple series of Transformers that are Gen 1 specific 3 3/4 inch figures. They're awesome. I have them all. Speaking of Japanese, this is Destron. He is what Megatron turns into in kind of a Beast Wars-y type thing. You have Leo Convoy down here. But this was a series that came out, I think, after Victory. And he's kind of a triple changer. He does change into a lion and a scorpion-like thing. And then, of course, he transforms into Megatron. Here's all his forms. He's pretty cool. I have no idea because I didn't never have taken him out of the box to show you. Let's see. Yeah, could have got a lot in this box. If 80s kids will remember scratch and sniff stickers, there were also these puffy stickers that we used to get. And so they change their go from Autobots and Decepticons to from their robot to their vehicle modes. I have 3 of the 4 packs. This is the Battle Pack, Style 3. And then this is the Fighter Pack, Series 4. And they don't use their Gen 1 cartoon forms. They use their Gen 1 Autobot, real toy form. Let's see. It is in here. Oh, I forgot. This is where I put this. So recently, they've been doing crossovers. And of course, in a video I haven't made yet, this is this year's version of the Ecto-1 Electron. And then this was last year's. Now this was to commemorate both Autobot, the Ghostbusters and Transformers having a anniversary in the same year. This is actually part of the Afterlife movie. And I'm not really sure what that comic is. I don't think it's part of the Ghostbusters Transformers comic. I actually think it's a one-shot. But of course I'll never know until somebody reprints it or somebody else opens theirs and tells me. Speaking of comics, this is of course Transformers issue 1, number 1 in a 4-issue limited series. And then there's another number 1. I don't know why I took 2. And then this is issue 80 in a 4 limited series. So this series ran for a few years, and then IDW picked it up. Well, Dreamwave, who became IDW, picked it up and has been printing comics non-stop since then. I try to catch up and read them. I'm never really sure if they're canon or not. Of course, there really is no Transformers canon. It's not like Star Wars or Trek anymore. Mostly because Michael Bay ruined everything. These were a couple placemats I got while I was over in England. This one's Just Prime. And then this one is Laserbeak. No, that's Buzzsaw. Buzzsaw, Jazz, and Prowl. Also, some other comics. These are what the comics look like in England. They're actually a weekly comic. This was the first issue with Action Force, their version of G.I. Joe. And they crossed over with G.I. Joe, and then they also used this for Inhumanoids and for Visionary. It was kind of a dump-off for Hasbro products. This is one of the first appearances of one of my favorite Marvel characters, Death's Head, who is a Transformer of some kind. He's actually a bounty hunter, really, as you can see, mostly based on Boba Fett than anything else. I've never seen him actually transform that I can remember, and he's been killed 2 or 3 times. But he does fight Doctor Who, of course, in England, and over here he's fought the Fantastic Four, and then he became a Marvel staple as Death's Head 2 for a while, fighting all kinds of people, Alpha Flight and the X-Men, things like that. Then I've got the Transformers the Motion Picture sticker book. And you picked up little packs of stickers and you put them on each one. This is, of course, made by Diamond. It's a cool little set. I have a whole bunch of the packs. I've never opened them because I can't figure out a good way to store them. I need to find like maybe coin holders would be able to hold them. They're kind of small. So, then after Transformers, here is a soundtrack for the theme to Headmasters in Japan. It's a cool little song. I'd play it, but I get a copyright strike. But after Gen 1, of course, became Gen 2. This is the Gen 2 Megatron. This is after Hasbro decided he was no longer going to be a gun, but he could still use guns. So he still has a gun on his arm, so he still kind of looks the same, except now he's a gun. He could fire little dart things. Later they made kind of a Nerf version of this. It was dumb. But there's the Prime and the Megatron on the back. They kept the specs on the back. It was pretty cool. Gen 2 didn't last very long. They redid the television series with all new CGI, like inserts, which made the episode shorter. But, you know, what are you going to do? Let's see. And the last thing in this box held a lot for such a small little box, is the Machine Wars Optimus Prime. Now, Machine Wars was a KB exclusive Transformers series. Basically, they took some of the Gen 2 stuff and some later Gen 1 stuff and started repackaging it in this packaging. And I was working at KB at the time, and we were just ecstatic. This stuff came out not too long before Car Robots, and right around the time of Beast Wars. You can see, you know, it was $21.99, but what a great price for Prime. There were Stunticons that never really hit. They were we were supposed to get a second wave that actually had a sound wave in all his tapes, but that never came to fruition. But so that was the first Mystery Monday box. The next one won't be so long because we'll only have one box to go through. But tell me what you thought. It was great to see a whole bunch of these old Transformers. I'm going to have to separate this stuff and put it into boxes that make more sense for it. But until then, I'll see you all next Monday. I'll be dropping a whole bunch of videos this week, so please like, share, and pass on. Bye.